Hey guys, what is going on? I hope you all are doing well today. My name is Elliot. Welcome back to The Fragrance Well. Today we are going to be doing the third installment of the 5-bottle fragrance collection. Practical fragrance collection that you can have with only 5 bottles, and it's going to include a sport or warm weather fragrance. It's going to include a everyday or blue style fragrance, an office or work fragrance, a night out / date night / evening wear fragrance, and the 5th one is going to be the wild card fragrance. It can be whatever you want it to be as long as it's a fragrance that you absolutely love. We're gonna get into it starting right now. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get this started. If you want to see the other iterations of this type of video I've done, I'll put a link up to it right there and also link it in the description below. So for this installment, the sport / warm weather fragrance is going to be from the house of Hermes. This is Terre de Hermes Eau Givree. Terre de Hermes Eau Givree. I recently picked this up not too long ago and I've worn it quite a few times since. This fragrance is absolutely stunning. To me, this is more of a warm weather scent. It's not necessarily a sport fragrance, but it can work as one. In order to like this one, you're going to have to basically like the smell of grapefruit. This has a rindy citrus vibe. It also has that juniper berry, which comes off kind of green and can kind of be a little bit polarizing to some. It's not super forward in this, but there still is a vibe to this to where you kind of have to like that kind of tart citrus in your fragrance. If you don't like that, this one's not gonna be for you. Still has that classic Terre de Hermes vetiver. And this is all around one of the best warm weather fragrances to come out from a designer house in the last couple of years, in my opinion. Warm weather / sports fragrance of choice for this list, Terre de Hermes Eau Givree. All right, moving on to the everyday / blue fragrance. This isn't necessarily a blue fragrance, but it definitely is an everyday fragrance from the house of Creed. This is Aventus. Creed Aventus. I mean, you know, it's talked about ad nauseum. People might be tired of hearing about it. There's literally probably hundreds of dupes of this fragrance and inspired by fragrances from Aventus, but at the end of the day, this one is still the originator and it definitely works as an everyday fragrance. You're gonna get the pineapple from this, you're gonna get bergamot, you're gonna get birch, you're gonna get some black currant, so it's very tart, it's smoky, it's woody. It just works for every occasion, works for every temperature. Extremely easy to wear, extremely easy to pull off. It's people pleasing. I mean, when you're talking about an everyday fragrance, one that not everybody is going to have, even though this is a popular scent. People have this, but everybody's not wearing it. This one will always get that job done. From the house of Creed, this is Aventus. All right, and we're moving on to the office fragrance category. It needs to be said that when I say office or work category, it's going to vary depending on what your work is. If you're working in a warehouse, something like this might not make a lot of sense to you unless you just absolutely love the scent. So I am going to base it off of how I work because that's, you know, the best I can offer you guys. From the house of Nishane, this is Sultan Vetiver. Nishane Sultan Vetiver. For this fragrance, you need to be a fan of vetiver because this one is basically taking everything that vetiver does well and dropping it into one bucket and adding some spices and florals to it. And as a result, you get what I would call the vetiver scent of kings. This fragrance is dry, it's grassy, it's woody, it's got a little bit of a tartness to it in the opening. The absinthe really comes down, so it has almost even a booziness to it. A vetiver lover's dream, which I do love vetiver and I love this fragrance. I actually got this very recently. I got a sample of it in, tried it on my skin. I was like, yeah, definitely need to pick that up. Saw a good deal on it, scooped it up right away. And now this is my favorite vetiver scent and definitely one I'm going to be using for my workplace environment a lot in the future. From the house of Nishane, once again, this is Sultan Vetiver. All right, so for the night out, evening wear, and date night category, the one I chose for this list shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. I don't think anyone would disagree. From the house of Parfums de Marley, this is Herod. Parfums de Marley's Herod. I mean, if you know, you know, right? Tobacco, vanilla, incense, spices. Man, yeah, this is a perfect night out fragrance for me. I would wear this, I would have no problem wearing this all the time, anytime I'm going out if I wanted to. One of the most popular fragrances from the house of Parfums de Marley for a reason. It is sweet, it is spicy, it is cozy, it is inviting, it is sexy, it's people pleasing, people love the smell of this, it's just so good. perfect date night, perfect night out, evening wear fragrance if you're gonna build a 5-bottle collection. Once again, from the house of Parfums de Marley, this is Herod. Okay guys, and the final category, the wild card fragrance. A fragrance that you absolutely love and you can use it for whatever you want to. For me personally, I would put in a fragrance in this slot that is also very different from the other things, something a little bit unique and exotic. So, from the house of Issey Miyake, this is L'Odyssée pour Homme Noir Ambre. L'Odyssée pour Homme Noir Ambre from the house of Issey Miyake. This one right here, you're gonna get oriental spices, amber, saffron, a little bit of a dusty kind of powderiness to it. It's sweetened up with tonka bean. This fragrance is a knockout from this house. So I could understand why this one was not necessarily meant to be marketed in the States. It's not the type of fragrance that is necessarily gonna bring in big bucks for a company, but man, this is just so good. I hate that they kept this from us for so long. Discounters got their hands on it last year. It got hyped up as being one that, you gotta check out from this house. And as far as I'm concerned, the hype was not incorrect. In general, this is kind of a cool weather fragrance. It's a night out fragrance, evening wear fragrance, but honestly, I love this so much. I would wear it for doing daily activities as long as it's not too hot. I just love this scent and I would be happy to have it as a wild card in a 5-bottle collection for me. Once again, from the house of Issey Miyake, this is Noir Ambre from the L'Odyssée pour Homme line. Okay guys, that's it. That was a 5-bottle collection, the 3rd iteration in this series. You can easily put together a practical collection with only 5 bottles. But as a collector, that's never gonna happen, but I still like doing this series. It's a little bit fun and makes me kind of just look through my collection and think like, if I only had to have 5, which 5 would I choose? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the content. Also hit that bell notification so you can get notified when I upload videos. I'm pretty much uploading at least one every other day. Remember to be well and smell well, and I will see you in the next episode of The Fragrance Well. Have a great day.